There are times in our lives when there are people that we depend on. This dependence can be socially, emotionally, psychologically, logistically, or even financially. Many cases, when we rely on people financially, it gives us a sense of sometimes relief, knowing that there's someone else that's taking care of. So, like children, they find security in knowing that their parents is taking care of them. But there are also times when that individual that we're depending on, it could be all the other things, like I said, socially, morally, maybe they're a mentor or whatever, is no longer available. And when someone's no longer available that provided us a benefit, that's the moment that our true selves are revealed or the value of that relationship is revealed. But speaking on the value of the relationship isn't really what I wanted to talk about today. I kind of more want to talk about the frustration versus the value. Sometimes when we're relying on people, we're doing that from first person. So we're looking at it from ourselves and what we have and what we can benefit from versus second person, maybe from them, or third person, a spectator looking in. We're typically looking at it from us because we're the one being gratified. So the benefits to us, so we feel the result from that dependency. And when that result falls short, who are we to that person or who that person is to us sends a message of value. What I want to challenge us today is to really think about what our frustration with that person really is about. There's a difference between the movie Baby Boy and the movie Pursuit of Happiness. One was not getting outcome, the other was not providing input. Well, what do I mean by that? So the outcome is they are doing all they can, but they're just not getting the result that they're looking for, or the ideal result, which is Pursuit of Happiness. Will Smith's character, who in reality was Chris Gardner, was the kid taker for his young child. His young child, and a lot of times the innocence of young children really don't have a high level of judgment cast upon their provider. They just seek the love or the companionship. So his son really was not that judgmental. Just the other people around them or us watching the movie was. We would quickly say, why don't you just go get a job? You have a young child that you're looking after. And in the movie Baby Boy, played by Tyrese Gibson, was just a lazy guy who complained and lived off his mom and really wasn't actively out there trying to get it. Those are two different shortfalls. One, the input is not there, meaning the person is not even really trying with the potential that they have. And the other is they're not getting the outcome, even though they're trying their ultimate best in that moment for that thing, and they're just not getting the end result. Many times people are frustrated by the outcome that our provider is not giving to us. And there are so many reasons why the outcome may not be there. An outcome is tied to external factors. The income is tied, the input is tied to internal factors. So you may not be able to get the end result you're looking for simply because, let's just use sports. A boxer, you got to go to the gym, you got to work out, you got to train in order to win the fight. The winning, the stats, the belts, those are the outcomes. This boxer may be training his best. That's his input. Not winning the matches, that's the outcome. But not winning the matches could be tied to the competition is just too stiff. Um, it could be tied to many factors externally on any sports team. Someone's outcome as an entrepreneur could be tied to external factors like the economy, the lack of services, the lack of finances, the lack of different things. But the input of that boxer may have been there, really training his best, but the climate of competitors and the moment that you are boxing, the moment that you're competing, the competition may just be too stiff. The resources to the mechanisms or the trainers or the managers that you need is just not there. So now the outcome is not ideal. And his family may be frustrated, or some people even laugh at your outcome because you're coming up short or you're seemingly failing. But the outcome may not be who you truly are and the commitment that you have to that thing. So us as spectators or beneficiaries have to be really careful to being upset or dismayed off of not getting what it is we're looking for, because the input may be the problem. And even with that, we can even dissect the input. The input can be that the person is facing depression, they're hurt, they have insecurities, their esteem is low. It could be a whole lot of things that prohibits them from, or trauma. It could prohibit them from getting up and doing what they have to do to get the desired outcome. I want us to be a little more patient with each other, kinder to each other, to really see what it is that's causing us to not be gratified. And sometimes we have to look within ourselves. Why is this person even our provider? Why are we the beneficiary to this person? Is that a healthy situation where we're being beneficiaries? It's very cute to say that you are a sugar daddy or cougar, or just these different labels. It's cute now in society to say, oh, you're getting something for nothing. And if you're getting something for nothing, that can kind of make you a nothing. That's something else to kind of unpack for a different time. But we really have to be really in tune with ourselves to understand what is our frustration about and where is it coming from. Are we frustrated off of something that we shouldn't be benefiting from? Are we frustrated because we're not seeing the outcome that we feel we should see? Are we frustrated because the person is not putting in the input that we feel that they should be able to put in? Or is the person really trying their best and that's all they got? But at the end of the day, we're simply not being gratified. That's what I want us to think about today. As normal, I want you guys to remember that the guy that fails is a guy that tries. There's no failing without trying. See you next time.